Hello guys, Unknown Gamer here, and today we'll be reviewing Metro Exodus. First off guys, I'm gonna have to say there might be spoilers here and there in like certain cutscenes and all that stuff, so if you don't want to see any of them, please click away from this video. First off, we're going to talk about the storyline of the game. The storyline includes the main character, Artyom, trying to find a life away from Moscow and the Metro. To get away from the radiation, the mutants, and to pretty much make a normal life, to make life what it used to be in pre-war Russia. This main story arc is really interesting, and once you find the train in the game, which is your main mode of transport to get to that civilization, you make a new cast of characters on the way, combining connection with the characters and getting to know them better. And this is where the karma system is a real big deal for the storyline of this game. The karma system, there's no bar, you don't get a measurement on how much karma you have, it's basically at your own instinct. So if you're very new to the game and you're just goofing about, shooting innocent people or just innocent tribals will give you a really bad karma, and in this invisible karma meter, there's no way in telling what your karma is at. It could affect your crew. Like, for example, your crew members could die because of you making a really bad reputation with a sort of tribe, for example. And then I have my doubts about the karma system in this game because it's a bit weird. Sometimes you don't know if you're doing something bad or good. Maybe you're just taking someone out for basically putting out their misery, or honestly I like the karma system because you're more focused on your own instinct. But the thing is, sometimes you don't know if you're doing something right or wrong. There's this one level in the game where there was this, I think there was like a trio of gangs, and honestly I was really confused with this level. I'll show some footage. I was really confused because I didn't even know which one was good. Was it the bandits that I needed to avoid killing, or was it the tribes that I needed to avoid killing? I mean, they're shooting at me, so it's basically self-defense, but again, the game's a bit iffy in that sort of way, and you just don't understand if they're bad or good. Overall, the storyline is just great in this game. Honestly, I found it really emotional towards the end because I just didn't want it to end, really. And honestly, the story is just magnificent, and I just have to really give it to the devs here. They did a really great job with the storyline. Secondly, I like to talk about the graphics of the game. The graphics are just magnificent. Like, it looks almost realistic, especially the snow levels. The snow levels look, oh, they look so crisp. I'd just like to say that, honestly, the graphics, honestly, look really good, especially the ground textures, especially when you have everything on high. But honestly, I turned some graphics down because my graphics card wasn't just having it with this game. This game's really demanding, so I recommend turning like tessellation off and just to get those frame rates stable enough. I had that issue, but with like Ultra without tessellation, or honestly, it doesn't look really that different. But it does look amazing. The game just looks crisp. Honestly, this is one of the games that honestly, it looks on par with like Red Dead Redemption type graphics, honestly. And seriously, they did an amazing job with the graphics. I'm going to keep on talking about that, but honestly, hopefully they're going to bring more games like this to show off what that engine can do, because it's a really good engine if it can support those great fucking graphics. Honestly, the amount of time I said graphics in this section of the video is just insane. Thirdly, I'm going to talk about the mechanics, the core mechanics of the game. The shooting mechanics feel very on par with the old games. Honestly, it's really good, alright? The shooting mechanics are solid. Honestly, I feel like the shooting mechanics in Metro Exodus feel a lot more responsive than in the last two games. The last two games, I felt like your bullets didn't really hit your target like they're supposed to. They didn't really feel like you're actually killing them. It just felt like you're shooting BBs at them. And so thank God they improved on that feature, because I had lots of issues with the shooting mechanics in the last two Metro games. Other mechanics like walking is pretty simple really, but it feels very mechanical. It doesn't really feel fluid, but I kind of like that. It really does give that weird vibe to it, I guess. And honestly, I don't really mind the moving controls, but I do see why someone could actually complain about the controls. It's a bit clunky, a tiny bit, especially when you're in small spaces like walking around on the train. But overall, in my opinion, I don't really see an issue with the moving mechanics at all. Fourthly, the features of the game. The main features include this like crafting element to the game. This crafting element to the game is very traverse, and honestly, you could do. There's many possibilities you can do, especially when you're like making weapons. And honestly, you could turn a pistol into a sniper rifle, or you could turn a shotgun into a. God knows, there's many possibilities you can do, and I don't really explore this feature in the game too much, but many more. Like, you could find random bits of clothing for your character so you can like wear a better gas mask, and this crafting feature is probably the main point that is going to be the most used throughout the game, because there's no other way to find medkits in the game, so you have to craft medkits, and the crafting system makes it very important to basically make those medkits and have a simple playthrough. But there's many times in the game where I ran out of materials and I couldn't even make them. I had to resort to other ways to get past certain enemies, try and ignore enemies or try and take them out in a stealthily manner. The fifth reason why I like this game is the amount of choice that you have. Each level has its own open world, and many tasks you can do. You can go to many camps, clear them out, save people, and it's honestly filled with possibilities on what you can do, and exploring the world and doing certain tasks for people actually really do make you gain lots of rewards and something in return. And this is where the karma system comes in, and doing these tasks could gain you karma to get to the good ending. And honestly, it's a really, really good sort of core element to the game that I really like, especially when each level is pretty much open world, little sandbox. Overall, levels really are satisfying to do. But the thing is, for this game, I found it very glitchy. I don't know if that's just the version that I installed it on. I did get the Xbox Game Pass and play it on there, and obviously I'm on the Windows platform, so I don't know if that affected something there. And there's been a lot of glitches since launch with the Xbox Game Pass version of the game, where I can't switch to DirectX 11 instead of 12. That was a major issue because I used to have really big frame rate drops. I don't think you can even do it still. But there's also been a lot of glitches since the launch of the Game Pass version of the game, like you're not able to switch the resolutions or any of that, and it felt a bit rushed, especially when Microsoft announced it. But that's on Microsoft's side mostly. And most of those bugs have been patched, and luckily we don't have to deal with them anymore. But there's still a lot of issues, like I used to remember clipping into a church while it was falling off a cliff edge. There's a few glitches, but not the type of ones that's going to break your experience while playing this game. The fact is, this game is really, really good, and if they put it on Steam, I think they could have made way more sales than on Epic. I'm sorry, but I have to bring this up. Epic Games have been snatching up exclusives left and right, and honestly, when I found it on the Microsoft Store, I was like, thank God I don't have to play it on that platform. And it just angers me because this game is actually very, very good, and it's up. I really hate that developers didn't really have a voice in this at all, and it's just the big executives at Deep Silver who pretty much fucked everything over. So don't let that controversy deceive you when you're playing this game, because this game, it is quality. Even though it does have its little weird quirks and here and there, but honestly, the storyline is just emotional, and honestly, I'll probably give this game a rating of like an 8 out of 10. I could have gave it a 9 out of 10, but ever since the Epic exclusivity and the amount of glitches that I've seen in the Microsoft version of the game, I'll probably put it 8 out of 10, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10 as well if I got the Epic Store version, but I didn't want to get it on that platform. If you want to get this game, it's pretty much £1, because you get to pay £1 for Xbox Game Pass for PC, and you pretty much get the game just for £1 or $1 wherever you live. It's really worth your time. Hope you guys can make a lot of memories off it too, because This is a great gaming experience that was ruined by the rich publishers at Deep Silver. Don't let them deceive you. Just support the developers. Do not support the publishers. Just support the developers who actually made this masterpiece. And yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys like this video, leave a like on it. Comment down what you think of Metro Exodus. In my opinion, great game. And subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see you then.